Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to show you how I make my wholemeal loaf. It's no knead, so it's literally one of the easiest things to make, particularly if you've got no bread in the house and you want to make something. It's got around 30-minute rising time, and then it's baking in the oven, so you can have fresh bread ready within sort of an hour and a half. In here I've got 480 grams of whole wheat flour. I'm going to be using a teaspoon of salt. I've got around 2 teaspoons of maple syrup, and I like using this brand. You can use sugar if you want, but I quite like the maple syrup in this dish, in this recipe. I'm going to add in a heaped tablespoon of easy bake yeast. This one, again, is super easy. It sort of means that you're not going to have any problems with it not rising. I've got some warm water, and I've got around 2 teaspoons of oil in here, okay? So all we need to do is literally put everything into our bowl and mix together. So I'm just going to add in the yeast first, and I'm going to use a tablespoon. That's going to go in. I'm going to add the salt, but I don't want it to touch the yeast, so I'm going to put it just on this corner here. So that's enough. I've got my maple syrup, oil, and then finally I'm just going to tip in the warm water and do a little bit at a time. I'm actually going to use the back of a wooden spoon because it means that my hands don't get dirty. And I've got around 400 to 500 mils of water. It totally depends on how dry your flour is, but between 400 and 500 is around the right amount. It should be quite a wet dough. So we're nearly there. And I said it's not, you don't have to knead it. I'm just going to add in a little bit more water, bear with me. And we're just going to pour this in. And that's fine for me. So my hands are not dirty at all. So I'm using this, which is a standard loaf tin that you can get from anywhere. And all I'm going to do is place this mixture straight into the tin. And just pat it down. And we're literally just going to let that rise in a warm place. I'm just going to cover it with some plastic shower cap so that it can rise and rest for around 20 to 25 minutes. Hey guys, so this has had around 20 to 30 minutes resting time. In fact, it was a little bit too long, but it should be 20 minutes, but it's completely bubbled over the edge, which is what I wanted. And you can see it's kind of like nearly doubled in size. All we're going to do is pop that straight into the oven at 200 degrees between 30 and 40 minutes. I'll show you what that looks like when it comes out. Right guys, so there you go. That's the bread out of the oven. It's searingly hot, but it's got a lovely, lovely hard crust. And all we have to do is just tap it out. And sounds really, really good. So if you can see on the side, I'm just going to let this cool down before I slice it so you can see what it looks like on the inside. So it's still really hot, but I just want to chop it. I'm really hungry and I want to get into this. Let me just chop a little bit off the end so you can see what it's like. Obviously it's steaming hot, but you can see those lovely, it's lovely and light. Imagine that with some butter or some jam or just in a sandwich. And there you have it, I want to call it fail-proof actually. It's my fail-proof brown bread. Easy to make, doesn't take any time. And there you have it, a lovely loaf of bread.